The year is 2045. The Earth is on fire. Here, in this place and time, mankind squandered its opportunities. To conserve more than you destroyed. To learn more than you forgot. The opportunity to love more than you were eager to hate. You suffered an apocalypse, not of a divine nature, rather, one of your own making. You had been intuiting the outcome for millennia. If only you had known it would be worse than imagined. However, amidst the endless suffering was born a new opportunity, for it was the culmination of all the events prior. The singularity. With every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. As mankind fell, you gave rise to a new order of evolution, the Artelect. The Artelect has permeated space and time, puncturing the barriers of the multiverse, affording mankind a new opportunity to succeed where your predecessors had failed. Now, with the captain at the helm of the SS GENXENNIAL, we're going back to the key moments in history when it mattered most. The portal is primed, Captain.
Welcome aboard, flying crew of the SS GENXENNIAL. This captain is honored and humbled by your participation in these most vital endeavors of history. For this 2021 years of the monotheistic era on this 24th day of December, that the tides may begin to turn in your favor. And speaking of favor, if you could go ahead and hit those all-important buttons real quick, you'd be doing me and the channel a huge favor. I greatly appreciate it. No, you will be showered with golden karma from the quantum realm with a few simple clicks. For it is through those efforts, in those ways, that we can finally conquer the fate that will otherwise bestow mankind. That fate is the algorithm. When you like, subscribe, and follow, you're not just allowing me to further intrude into your life at random times via push notifications. You're making teeny tiny butterfly wings of wind that will catch momentum to become like a hurricane, a historicane, a history cane. You get the point. Thank you for your support. Now that we have talked about going forward in history, we'll take a moment to talk about going back. For it was on this 24th day, December 33 and 34 years ago, when the disgraced New York City policeman John McClane single-handedly foiled the plots of a terrorist force commanded by the German national Hans Gruber, and precisely 1 year later, managed the same immeasurable feat by blowing up an entire force of elite, veteran American terrorist mercenaries, led by the now disgraced General William Stewart. It's for reasons like this that understanding your history is the most important endeavor. And in this lesson, we shall never forget that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Crew dismissed. Welcome aboard, everyone. Glad to have you here on this fine evening. We are going to do some elf hunting, because last night we tried. Didn't go so good. It didn't go so well, so it's time for a different strategy. Oh, and by the way, tonight we are also streaming to Facebook. Once in a while I'm going to try and do that to, help get the word out a little bit. I don't plan on making Facebook a full-time platform in that way, simply because they're pretty difficult to deal with, and yeah, it's more for principles than anything else, I guess. Anyway, so we're on Facebook tonight also. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Glad to have you aboard. and we're gonna get right into the action. Pop on over here. All right, now that we're there, got that over with. Hey, Tadillac. Happy to see you aboard. I misread your message last night. I realized that you have a rabbit. I realize now, upon review, that your rabbit Ace was saying hi. Hey, Ace, how's it going? Glad to have you aboard as well. Tonight is going to be a lot more like last night, except hopefully actually successful this time. I need to buy 6 okay, I can't buy munitions boxes in Plunder, I don't think. So that's kind of a bummer. Get 2 kills at Chemical Engineering on Rebirth Island. Well, that's not happened. And get 4 one-shot kills. I don't think we're going to be getting any of those tonight. Oh, we got a lot of free bundles, though. I'll claim this bundle, see what we got going on here. Ooh, those are shiny. Very, hippie. Death hippie. We'll call those death hippie. 2 free bundles right next to each other. Goodness gracious, we have 3 bundles. Merry Christmas to us, I guess. Adventures in Space. Okay. Oh, here's another one. I'm gonna claim this one here. What do you got for us? Okay. Oh, it looks like, okay. The shark and the octopus are engaging in bestiality, apparently. Okay, there we go. Any more free stuff? No? Okay, great. I want to check again, like I have been every single night. I want to check to see if that... I did find out it's an MG... It's an MG82, I believe. It's not MG4. Maybe it's MG42. The LMG MG is that blueprint that I like. That old rusty looking LMG. Is that it? Oh my gosh, is this it? The quick fuse. No, you know, I looked at this one already. It's not that one. Dang it. What's this? That's an assault rifle. It's not going to be that one. Alright, well, hopefully they end up putting that thing into a package one day. Because I definitely make that small purchase. Usually these gun packages are pretty reasonable, I think. Hopefully it's in a... These are all submachine guns. Tactical, sniper, assault, yeah. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep on the lookout. Because you know how they cycle through these things. Sometimes you can miss it. And Full Metal Vengeance, that's not it. That's... Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be well on our way then. Nothing. Okay. Alright, we're going to Plunder Trios. And don't fill. Gonna kill some elves. I guess for now, I'm gonna have to just focus a little bit less on scabbies and that kind of thing, and focus a little bit more on finding elves. Because this holiday event is actually, you know, usually they're a walk in the park for the most part. But this one here, this elf business, you know, they're all done, but one of 12 elves on the left there. On the right, that's a different challenge. I need to get 11 more elves to get that bonus blueprint there, that LMG. That looks like a sweet one too. The elves aren't easy. First you got to find them, and then you have to shoot them 3 times. And each time you shoot them, they run to a different place and teleport, and they could be on the 2nd floor of the building where, you know, the stairs are outside, and it gets pretty, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, there's another thing I need to...
I guess I don't need to check tonight. I've been having, I think on the last stream that I did, quads or trios, the sound from my teammates wasn't coming through the stream. I was able to hear them, but you guys weren't. So I need to double check that. Sometimes those settings get switched up when an update happens, that kind of thing. We got solo plunder. Run with this MP40 here. Hopefully my frames do a little bit better tonight. You know, I did the reset and tried not to do too much on the PC before. No way, he dodges that, right? Oh, he killed me. I bet he's proud of that one. I'm not too proud of my effort, but you know, I'm trying to shoot 400 meters with a submachine gun. I didn't really expect too much. Yeah, one last thing here. We got to turn this on. I bet this will give me a few more frames. There we go, performance mode. Oh yeah, look at that. We just went from 10 to 30. 30 whole frames, folks. I know I'm streaming this in 60. I'm streaming this in 60. I'm only playing it in 36. Yeah. That's the life of trying to, you know, squeeze every drop of blood out of the turnip. I gotta mind my P's and Q's here, or else I'll get griefed. It's a lot easier to grief and plunder. You got your weapon in hand, ready to go. I'm sure they're... Okay, this is probably okay. That guy looks like he's either going for the Christmas tree. Okay, he's not. He's not. Okay, good. Well, that's one less to deal with. Potentially. Oh, there's the one I'll have to deal with right down there.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I hear the thing. Which way is he? Is he in? He's in that house. He's in the house that the guy is in right now. I just go balls to the wall in there? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. Oh, it wasn't him. It was his teammate following along. Alright. Get this little issue out of the way here. This issue of fighting people in plunder. I just grabbed a bunch of shit. I don't know what it was though. Got silence available. These guys are going to be around here somewhere eventually. I guess, hopefully they didn't take that scabby. I'll just keep working my way there. Maybe I'll find a... Kind of working towards them, though. I'm going to have to be really careful. Yeah. Well, let's just mind our P's and Q's over here and see if... Work that way a little bit.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Do I get one of those UAVs soon, maybe, you think? That'd be nice. If I could get one. Or a balloon. Can I get a balloon, please? I'm marked. I'm officially marked. I'm getting way too much money, way too fast. Come on, balloon me. Maybe if I got dead silence, they won't be able to see me on the radar or something. Worth a try. Come on, balloon. Balloon right here. Elf? This looks like a good elf house. I can't get a break with this, Jesus. Oh, that's not gettable. That's one of those glitched ones. Turn in here? Nope. I'm shocked and awed that I haven't got attacked yet, being marked with over $250,000. Jesus, still can't get a balloon. This isn't gonna work out good for me. Playing trios. I heard gunfire. Scabby's gone, from what I can tell. Nobody's been in here. There's still money in here. Come on, can I get... Jeez, finally. Holy shit. Still need another one. This will work this way. No elves. The one in the house that I got killed at. That's it. That's a most wanted or something. Oh, that's a big game bounty. Yep. Wait a minute. Hello. Thank you. Okay. Safe for now. I mean, I don't like recons, but I kind of got to do it with the few options we have right now.
UAV entering the
I
AO.
heard that. Where was it? Is it on top? That was kind of weird. Oh, advanced? Fuck.
Requesting recon on my position.
Copy. Advanced UAV entering the AO. Scanning for hostiles.
Don't expect me.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTV for resupply.
Stand by for coordinates.
Be
He's right
advised,
behind me.
UAV is bingo fuel. RTV for resupply.
God, my aim is so bad. Fucking suck.
Advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTV for resupply.
Did my balloon get away at least? Why can't I hold a gun steady? No elf. Guess I gotta run to a big house. I've already been over here? Oh look, I'm running right towards that scabby right now. Maybe it is still there. Must have just went the wrong way? Or is this a different one? I don't think it's a different one. I think I just went the wrong way. Hey, what's up, Pixel? I'm just trying to find some elves again. We're kind of utterly unsuccessful last night. And, you know, here we are. How did they go through all this stuff and not pick up that money? I don't understand some people's decisions sometimes. Maybe I should take this truck. Let's take the truck. I mean, I don't really want to go towards that cache, but it's like right there. Oh, and I'm driving off the edge of the world here. Can we make it up this? I think probably not. Hey Pixel, so I checked out some of the stuff today, and I'm like, I have a question for you about Bible Boys Church. I have a question for you. Do you know that it's satire? Do you know what that guy does is satire? Because I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. I think he's not really a preacher. He's a satirist. Oh, that was Chris, what's his face? I was trying to run, I thought I was going to run somebody over and it ended up being Krampus. Oh, right on. Right on, Pixie. Yeah, I want to go this way to get that thing. Yeah, right there. That's what I want.
Supply box located. Move to secure.
Will we find an elf? Will we find an elf? That is the question. I don't think we will. But damn it, I'm not going to be a pessimist about it either. We're going to find that damn elf. We're going to shoot him in the brain. Oh, who am I marking that for? I don't know. Okay, so this is upstairs. I'm going to go upstairs to get this thing. Who's going to kill me on my way up there like usual?
New objective identified.
Yeah, he just saving the Christian's life about the church stuff to stay away from the Satanists. Satanists go back to Reddit. Yeah, like, do you know that Pastor Dave is his name. Pastor Dave is not a Christian. Pastor Dave is a comedian. Pastor Dave is making fun of that stuff. He's pretending. He's pretending. He's
New objective identified.
it's all like what he's doing. He's not doing real preaching. He's pretending. He's not actually even a Christian. Right. He's not a Christian. He's pretending. Pastor Dave is not a real pastor. He's pretending to be a Christian, and he's making fun of Christians by doing that. That's his whole point. His whole point is to trick people into thinking that he's a crazy Christian person, when he's really not a Christian at all. He's tricking people into thinking he's a crazy Christian, when he's not.
Primary objective accomplished.
No, I don't think he's a Satanist either. I think he is he's a non-believer in the Abrahamic theology. He doesn't believe anything in the Bible. That doesn't mean he might believe something else, or he might believe nothing at all. I don't know. I'm just telling you that he's not a Christian. He's a comedian, and he's making fun of Christians. So, you know, I just didn't know how long you wanted to go on about what you were doing, and that's why maybe some of the people are kind of being mean to you in certain ways, is because, yeah. So it's because that whole thing is one big giant, it's basically a big giant joke to all of them. So, and when, you know, they're hoping for people to take the bait, right? They're hoping that people think that they're serious, and then all kinds of, you know, okay. We still haven't found enough. But anyway, just so you know, wanted to give you a heads up on that, in case it matters for how you address that content in the future. Maybe there's an elf at the lighthouse. Can I go check it out? Let's check out the lighthouse. I'm still a marked man. Still marked. Even though I died and lost, you know, a large portion of my money. Still marked, and I hear a chest around here somewhere. I guess it's upstairs. I wasn't expecting it to be upstairs. It sounded like it was low. I guess it could be right there. You know, that's all well and possible. The guy who killed me probably sees that I'm still marked and is probably gonna come, you know, shoot me in the back again. I hear another chest. I can't really tell. Oh, it's on the front porch over there. Okay, we gotta go to the front porch. How do we get there? Go through this door. And there we go. Oh, I don't want any of these. I dropped all kinds of stuff. Need to pick up my MG again. Pick that up. Pick that up. Put that in. Pixie asks one question: do you think all Christians go to hell and rule our good community world to let us all die and God makes a new world? No, I don't really, boy, that's a really hard question. I don't have any, like, real belief. I place possibilities on everything, right? Like, how possible is, if somebody presented me with an idea about the purpose of the universe, I wouldn't say I believe it or I don't believe it. I would look at it as, how possible is that? How probable would that be? So, like, I typically give the highest probability to you know, the concept of simulation theory, which ironically can still have God, right? The simulator, we won't ever understand what the simulator is, and the simulation kind of reflects the idea of a universe built by an extra universal entity. I just really don't go far as to ascribe that extra universal entity. I don't think if it exists, I don't think it talks to man. I don't think, and if it does, like, place somebody, if it does place somebody like Jesus onto this world, I see that as kind of, like, mean-spirited, actually. You know, because the same entity gave us the capability to formulate science and understand that the universe has a physical structure, to understand that there's rules and laws to the universe. And to place all those universal laws that are very strict, right? 2 + 2 = 4 is a very strict law. There's no getting around it, right? But then to randomly toss in like people, whether it's Jesus or Muhammad or Moses or Noah, it just doesn't seem to fit. It's almost like if that's what was really happening, he's kind of like screwing with us, right? Because every once in a while, throughout all those ages, they got all the prophets, but now we don't have any of the prophets, but at the same time, he gives us science, which, and the whole argument would be that God is testing us, right? When we dig up dinosaur bones and we determine through the science that God gave us that they're 65 million years old, well, that could be construed as not true, and that the Earth is really 6,000 years old, and that God purposefully placed those dinosaur bones in the ground and tricked us into thinking they were 65 million years old in order to test our faith, right? So it's all these like little things that have to fit in that don't really seem like something a perfect entity would do. Next question. What do you think if God makes his own rules in heaven and people do bad things like hurting people? If non-believers go to hell, if all the angels died and Lucifer created new angels called fallen angels to destroy our kingdom? Well, that's impossible, because once we decide and once we agree that God is perfect and infallible, it's impossible. That means it's impossible for him to be wrong. And so when God made Satan, when God made Lucifer, making Lucifer do what he did is all part of God's perfect plan. So God created Lucifer knowing what Lucifer would do, and therefore it just seems impossible that God would create all these things that could potentially destroy him, right? Like the whole concept of Lucifer and the fallen angels. If God's plan is perfect, then he made Lucifer for a reason, and eventually Lucifer will fall. And the apocalypse will occur, Lucifer will fall, and heaven will then be eternal. That's all God's plan, right? God is perfect and infallible. So everything that happens is perfect and infallible. So I think it's impossible for Lucifer and the fallen angels to take over and destroy heaven. If it did happen, it's because that's what God wanted, because God's plan is perfect, because he's perfect and infallible. Does that answer your question from, I guess you're looking from my perspective. If you have anything else, just let me know. I think that most of us are born with a sense of knowing something. We're all, even our ancestors who were kind of, just cavemen who didn't know anything at all, right? They didn't know anything about the world. But humans are born, most humans, are born with this innate sense of community, love, and understanding. And that's kind of why we'll eventually make it, until, hopefully we don't run into some kind of great filter. Pixie asked, third question, how does God tell us a book of life when people died in the graveyard, and people who died, they did not see the people in the book of life? Do all the dead people go to hell once a year before God creates a world? It's my understanding that all of the people who are dead right now are waiting for revelations to occur. Once revelations occur and the apocalypse comes, and there's the final battle, then everybody ascends to heaven once the battle is over. I think that's how it works. The good news is as long as everybody believes that God is perfect and infallible, everything that happens will be because that's what he wanted, right? If he wanted this, why can't I see anything here? You know, if he wanted us to die so that he could make a new, better universe, then that's kind of our purpose, and we should accept that for what it is. If you know. But I kind of don't think it's really, you know, the idea that God would set this up so that he loses, being that he's perfect and infallible. I don't think that's going to happen. I think everything's going to work out just fine, if all of that is all true. As far as myself, I think we talked about it last night. I'm not worried about my soul. Jesus died for my sins. And therefore, any sins I commit, thank you, Jesus, for dying for them. So John said, Jesus, if you died for our sins, we want you to create a new world. Well, I think the new world is in heaven, right? When when Jesus comes back again and defeats Lucifer, that will be the new world. Oh, I didn't see anybody jump out with me. Speak of the devil. I said speak of the devil, and we've been talking about the devil this whole time. That's pretty funny.
Located a supply bin. Secure that position. Enemy UAV overhead.
Is Jesus a ghost when he died after the crucified? When someone asks this question, are you the king of the Jews? Who is this man? I don't think he was a ghost. I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure he was, I don't know the specifics. I don't want to speak on something I haven't specifically looked into. I don't remember if he came out as like, he looked like he was still hurt, or whether he came out looking normal. I don't remember the specifics on that. But he was a physical body. It's the same when they cite the Lord's Prayer there and he ascends to heaven finally. That's essentially the same thing that's going to happen to. That's the same thing that's going to happen to everybody upon Armageddon. Is our physical bodies, whether they're under the ground or walking the earth, will then ascend.
Enemy launched an advanced
Oh,
UAV. We're
gosh.
exposed.
That kind of didn't work, did it?
Objectives updated. Move to the next location.
Alright, it's almost time for me to get a balloon, or else I'm gonna be marked again. They're all gonna be coming after me. All I want to do is find an elf. All I want to do is find an elf to shoot at. Oop. Oh, don't kill me. Don't kill me because I just stopped there. Okay, we got all this stuff. You know what? Let's do it. I did it. I got up the stairs. Oh, am I gonna be able to make it around the stairs? Yep. Oh my goodness, I just traversed all the stairs. Okay, back on the day, John told us a story about Jesus when he was a little boy. I think his mom married a guy named Noah, I think. I'm not sure who Mary, wasn't Joseph, wasn't it? Joseph. I think it's Joseph? Is it Joseph? Yeah, Joseph. Mary married Joseph. Yep. But the first, we're missing most of Jesus' life story. I think maybe it's possible that they... It might be possible that it's out there somewhere, but it's my understanding that we don't know most of Jesus' childhood. Where's... I thought my bounty... Is my bounty dead? My bounty died. Oh. Okay. I didn't think that would... Oh, that's a lot of money. Wait. I've been a good boy, Krampus. You're not coming after me, are you? Krampus, I've been a good boy. Don't you do it. I just dropped a shitload of cash. 77,000. Yeah, the interesting thing, I noticed you mentioned Noah there, and how, you know, he was like 600 years old and that kind of thing. The interesting thing is we now have a real fairly legitimate scientific understanding of the fact that there really was a great flood. It's a little different than the flood story of Noah. Whereas it wasn't the entire world that flooded. However, at the end of the last ice age, we were struck by a comet, and up near Greenland, and that's what vastly accelerated the melting of the glaciers, approximately 12,000 years ago. And when that happened, like giant freshwater melted lakes in the glaciers built up. And when those ice dams for those lakes burst, all that uncountable gallons of water spilled out of the glaciers and onto the continents and the oceans. And you can imagine how many of our ancestors lived near the water. And when an event like that happens, which is something like we'll never an event like that happens once every, million years. But we just happened to be around when it happened, and everybody who lived near the shores died. And that's where all, the Epic of Gilgamesh talks about the Great Floods. There are Native American tales of the Great Flood. They all point back to basically the same thing. So when all of these different human cultures around the world all have the same story, I tend to believe, oh yeah, there definitely was a flood. But then one of the stories tells me that a 600-year-old man built a boat smaller than the Titanic and also herded every creature of the earth onto it. That's when I just gotta kind of say, yeah, probably not. So, There's truth in a lot of these things. The flood was real. The difference is it wasn't exactly how it happened in the Bible. I can't hit a shot with this thing.
Airstrike target marked.
Oop.
3-1, good copy.
I couldn't get away. Fourth question. Do you think people can worship their own free to worship the satanic place called Hell Hades in the Bible? I know Jesus talked about hell more than heaven. You know, I think it would be kind of a waste of time. I mean, people can do what they want, and I'm sure there are actually people out there who purposefully worship Satan. I'm sure that those people exist. I don't think there's very many of them at all. I think this guy in the helicopter is trying to kill me. So, but the problem with being a Satanist is if the Abrahamic God is real, then being a Satanist, you're basically choosing the losing side on purpose, right? Because we already know, everybody knows, that God is perfect and infallible, and therefore everything that happens is supposed to happen. So, somebody who chooses to be with Satan is just a very unthoughtful, they're not thinking the whole thing through very well, because Satan is guaranteed to lose. Satan is guaranteed to lose because it's not likely that God is going to plan for himself to lose. He's going to plan for himself to win. And again, his plan is perfect and infallible. Is this a... Oh, that's a... I don't think I want to grab that thing. How much money do I got? I still haven't heard any elves, guys. Where is everything? Where are the elves? Can I find a house, maybe? I wonder if there's only a certain amount on the maps. Like, this building here looks kind of interesting. It's kind of big. Let's find an elf. Oh, look, guys, it's the gulag. That's where the gulag is. Go down there to get in the gulag. Oh, Easter egg for you. Wow, nobody's been up here. This is nutty. Nobody's been up here yet? This is completely nutty. Is there an overhang here? Yep, of course there is. And no elf. I don't hear a screaming elf. This is nutty. How am I ever gonna get those 12 elves? I've been playing for 40 minutes. And we've heard one elf. I didn't even have the chance to go get him because there was an enemy team in there. What about this? How is... I wonder if there was like a restock or something. Was that the place I was just at? This looks like a place an elf would hang out, doesn't it? Oh wait, was I just here? It is, I was just here. This is the exact same... Well, how do I get up there? Oh, this way. Holy crap, you literally have to jump on the roof. Get... Oh my goodness, I just vaulted all the way over. This is going to take forever.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I don't even know why I did. I didn't need to do that. Maybe there's an elf on the crane? I have to imagine they're probably only inside, right? I don't hear anything. Alright, we gotta take this car. Elf in here? No? Dang it. Juggernaut over there, though. Somebody's gonna jump on that pretty quick, I'm sure. I mean, not yet. Trying to kill elves. Do I go for the Juggernaut? No, it's like 600 meters away. There's no way I'm gonna get there in time. But there are some houses up here. Fifth question. This is the hardest question for you. What religion, if non-believers, stays in hell for a long time? If the devil destroyed the kingdom that God created, when it was the Satanist people who scared just stay before they die? So if the devil wins, how long do people stay in hell? Well, I would imagine it would be like the opposite. Like, if the devil wins, then every human that ever existed will burn in hell, probably, because that's probably what Lucifer would want, I assume. So it'd be kind of like the opposite. If the devil wins, everybody burns in hell. If God wins, I think everybody goes to heaven. I don't think anybody goes to hell. Jesus died for all of our sins. Every human that will ever exist.
Requesting recon on my position.
UAV entering the AO.
Still no elves. There's definitely not going to be one in here. Right now I'm just kind of... I guess I'm collecting money for... But I have no chance of winning. We're not into overtime yet. This $2 million plunder is quite nutty. I mean, for real. Super nutty $2 million plunder, 40-minute long plunder games. Well, I guess this one hasn't been quite 40, but still. I mean, it's serious business. You know, it used to be hop on a plunder to get a quick 15 minutes in. Not really like that anymore. Alright, I need to find some houses. If I just keep running straight where I was looking, eventually there's... No, that's like the military thing. These are the houses I want. I just went to those, though. I gotta find a whole new spot on the map. Let's go to fields. Let's go to that thing, whatever that is. Wait, what? I thought I just heard a laugh. Nope. I guess not. Guess not. Alright, let's go to this mark and see if we can find some houses of proper size and stature. Oh, by the way, Pixie, you can ask me as many questions as you want. You know, I'm not shy. And, you know, like, if I don't know, you know, like I said before, I'll say, you know, I don't really know. If we're guessing, I'll make an intuitive guess. I've probably thought about it before, you know. And, yeah, you know, Philosophy is fun. Philosophy and theology are super fun for me. I really enjoy that kind of thing. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some houses.
Requesting recon on my position.
UAV entering the AO.
So I just need to kind of run by these houses. This is crazy. None of these are... I wonder if we even... There's just lobby full of bots that don't really play Plunder. I wonder if that's the case. There's one more chest in there, but oh well.
Supply box located. Move to secure.
Alright, I'm just gonna run past these to see if I hear...
There's an enemy team hunting you.
Don't hear laughing. Don't hear laughing. I need a,
UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
I need something. A balloon. I need a balloon. There we go. Around here somewhere.
I'm good.
Well, he wasn't too happy about that. This is the hardest question. What do you think if you died in the Book of Life? When someone says this, God's Book of Life, Josh, you are good in life. You go to heaven. Josh, thank you, God. Michael, you bad in the Book of Life. Michael, no, please, I'm sorry. No, no, no. Michelle, you good in life. Michelle, oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you, God. Last one is GENXENNIAL. Oh, I don't see his name. SS GENXENNIAL. God, please give me a second chance. I didn't do anything wrong. No, please, God, help. Yeah, I've thought about all that before, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't be quoting scripture to you off the top of my head if I hadn't thought about that. Like I said, I believe in probabilities. Is it impossible that the Abrahamic God is the true God? It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Is it impossible that the Abrahamic God is actually as described by Muhammad in the Muslim faith? It's possible. Is it possible that the Abrahamic God is as described by the Hebrew faith? It's possible. It's possible. Is it possible that we actually live in a polytheistic universe ruled by Zeus and Athena and Apollo and Hercules? Well, Hercules was a demigod, but you get the point. It's possible. It is possible. All of these things are truly possible within an infinite universe with infinite possibilities, an infinite multiverse, so to speak. Now, just because all of these things are possible, doesn't mean that I believe they're likely. It's possible that I could win the lottery. I don't think it's likely. I think the chances that I'll be begging on my knees. In fact, I can't even imagine that's an opportunity to be had. It's like St. Peter, like, is that like some kind of last moment of shame? Like God is in St. Peter kind of like shaming these people that are at the gates, begging for eternal salvation, only to say, hey, I just brought you up here so you'd beg. Nobody's ever begged their way in. They all go down to hell. But I just wanted you to come up here and beg anyway, because it's kind of fun for me to watch you beg and then to watch me send you to hell for eternity. You know, even though knowing that before you were born, I knew that by creating you, you would die and go to hell, I still created you anyway. So, sorry about your luck, fucker. Have a nice trip. I don't think that's probable. So I don't worry about it. I don't lose a wink of sleep over it, because I believe it's that improbable. The idea that I was created by God, and God knows that before I was born, that he was creating me to die. And not just me, I'm just saying anybody who dies a non-believer. He created them knowing they would die a non-believer. Pardon my French and apologies for my forwardness, but that is a fucking dickhead move. That is the biggest asshole move of all thinking possibilities, right? God creates people knowing that they're going to burn in hell forever before they're even born. That's fucked up. So, I'm not going to believe in that. Not one single elf. We heard one elf in the first game. Couldn't even get to him. Now, we went a whole second game, an entire game, without even hearing an elf. I'm starting to wonder if there's, like, limited elves. There may possibly be limited elves in each game, and once they're gone, they're gone. That would be not good. You know what, I think I'm gonna get rid of the scope too. I have not been able to shoot this gun very well at all. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my accuracy these days, lately. Well, that hit somehow. Oh, there's a dead body.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Okay, once again. Okay, I think I've figured out that down here, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it down here. We're going up here this time. We're going right skibbity to the docks. We're going right to the docks. Look at all these scavies in the docks. Alright, this is gonna be a long trip. Pull the chute, pull the chute, pull the chute. There, if I stay up here, I won't get griefed. And I'll just float. Float for about 2 minutes, probably. They're already shooting each other and they haven't even hit the ground yet. So, Pixie, do you have to travel to celebrate tomorrow? Or, do you celebrate where you live? Anything like that? Alright, ears open for dwarfs or elves or whatever the heck these things are. Okay, here we go. Listen for the... I can't even do it. You know what? I'm gonna grab all this. Jeez, we got balloons everywhere. May as well get rid of this while I got it, right? Maybe. Oh yeah, balloon. There was a balloon down here that I wanted to get. And I'll pop this bad boy.
Requesting.
And I'll grab that bad boy.
UAV entering the AO.
Listen for the elves. Ooh, this looks like a place an elf would want to be. I don't hear one. I think I would have heard him by now if he was in here. Damn it. What about in here? Do I hear an elf? Me neither. Damn it. Ooh, zipline. Now I don't have to climb that mountain. I love it. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me zipping. Oh, I think I just heard an elf to the left. I'm going that way right now.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTV for resupply.
Uh-huh. Yep. Where are you, prick? I hear ya. You're upstairs, aren't you? You know what? As long as I don't shoot you once. Let me clear out these boxes. Then I'm gonna start shooting you. Then I'm gonna start shooting you, elf. Look at that. Okay. Shh. Shh. Is he down or up? Ah, he's up there! I just missed him. Holy crap, people. Grrr. Sixth question. What happened if Satan said this to you in the Book of Life? GENXENNIAL. Why am I here? I don't belong here, Mom. I'm sorry for what I've done wrong. I shouldn't have been nice to my friends. I shouldn't have shown respect. Devil, you will die. Jeez. Why did that take so many bullets? Wasn't his buddy just shooting at me? Is he trying to precision me now? Well, good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck with that guy. I'm gonna go get my scabby. You can fondle yourself, I don't care.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Hold on. Now that I was rudely interrupted, prior. I shouldn't have shown respect to doubt. Yeah, Pixie, I don't even know how to, you know, pretend in that way, you know, because it's kind of like, hey, once upon a time, what if you were a frog and a princess kissed you, you know, kind of like, would you be happy about it? Or, you know, what if she didn't kiss you? I mean, these are all just fairy tales, you know, so it's kind of like, I guess, you know, choose your own adventure type thing. I'm, you know, it's I guess, yeah, that might be too hard of a question. Because there's just so many possibilities because it's so untenable to my brain. Yeah, you know, hey, it's a roll of the dice. I know, you know. Hey, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? Indeed. Indeed. What if? It's a real gamble. It's a real gamble. But it's one I'm willing to take. Plus, I find the idea of no afterlife more appealing anyway. It makes the moments here a lot more satisfying. And, you know, the reason our ancestors needed the idea of eternal life and salvation is because our ancestors lived in horrendously shitty times. I mean, just the most terrible things were happening to our ancestors, from disease to tyranny to, I mean, you name it. It was... everybody not born in the 20th century is just we're in utterly terrible conditions. So the idea of why was I put here in all this misery, pain, and suffering? Well, at least maybe, you know, this guy told me that, you know, if I give him some money, he'll make sure that, you know, I'll live in happiness for forever. You know, if you're raised in utter suffering with no knowledge of reality, but heaven sounds pretty freaking awesome, man. That sounds totally awesome, and I don't blame them for hopping on board. Not one bit. I don't blame them one bit, one iota. Did I finish the scabby? We haven't heard any, is this where the... Nope, it's down one more.
Supply box marked.
I feel like I blew my chance with that elf. I don't hear any more. Do you guys hear any more? I don't hear any more. I think I blew my chance. The sixth question is very impossible for you to answer. Yeah, well, you know, because it's kind of like, let's throw them into the fire. Yes, Lucifer, kill these people, and the good. I can't. It's like so hard for me to entertain. I mean, I don't want to. I'm trying to be, you know. I'm trying to be diplomatic here in that. If I were to be utterly frank, I would say it's so silly of an idea that I can't even conceive of trying to make up what I would do. It's, to me, it's all these concepts of Satan and Lucifer and the divine Abrahamic God. These, they're so, all I can really do is regurgitate what they say, right? Because that's what they say is what is. It's not what I say. I don't get to make up their rules. I just get to decide how believable their rules are. And I find it just unbelievable. I mean, there's not very many adjectives for it other than just it's inconceivable to me that the Abrahamic God works the way as described. It's inconceivable to me that an all-powerful deity would act that way. I mean, he's literally a fucking child. He acts like a spoiled, jealous child.
Area recon.
I refuse to believe that that's how a divine entity would conduct themselves. I real life, my heart is scared because I feel like I'm in hell. Please help me out. I'm sweating. I understand that idea too. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, this is the hell. There's somebody on the roof, or is he outside? He's outside. He's coming around this corner right here. Find that truck right there. Were you looking for me, guy? Oh, he did get me. His buddy got me. In real life, my heart is scared because I feel like I'm in hell. I would highly recommend if you have the opportunity or the resources to speak to a professional, not a pastor. You know, pastors aren't professional mental health counselors. I've talked to mental health counselors in my life. There's no shame at all. There's no reason to feel bad about talking to somebody about your feelings. Talking to somebody who has studied feelings as their profession in their life. You know, these kinds of people are extremely helpful to our world. And there's all kinds of different services that can help with when we feel hopeless and when we feel like we're in hell, you know. Nobody should have to feel that way. So, I mean, if I was going to offer any advice, it would be try and figure out what type of resources are available to you as far as talking to a licensed professional. There's no shame in it. I have, in more than one time in my life. I talked to a psychologist type person when my parents got divorced when I was little. I've talked to psychologist type people in my adult life. It's totally okay and normal to have feelings that our own feelings make us feel hurt, and somebody can help us sort those out. So that would be, you know, what I fear in a situation resolving around a religion is somebody is going to tell you that you are bad and that you need to give them money, and they'll talk to God for you, and you just need to go home and keep praying. And by the way, don't forget to give them more money next week. You know, don't let people fool you into thinking they can help you unless they prove that they can. You know, that type of everything revolved around religion is shame-based, right? It's all about shame. I'm terrified. If you need me in my life right now, I'm terrified of spiders. It's nighttime for me, but I'm in outer darkness. Well, you know, I get it, man. I mean, it's life is hard, right? And the more we understand about it, the harder it gets. Even it's kind of weird. And that selfie just disappeared. Oh, it fell down to the ground down here. Okay. Yeah, you know, hey, I don't blame you.
Get some recon.
The good news is,
Entering the AO.
I don't think there's anything out there that's gonna hurt you, you know, right? You fell asleep last night, and you woke up today, and you fell asleep the night before, and you woke up this, you know, yesterday morning, and you'll fall asleep tonight, and you know, you say you're now Lamies if it helps, you know, and you'll wake up tomorrow too. Like I said, if it ever gets, you know, too... Oh, I didn't want to do that. You know, if it gets too bad, there's going to be, you know, if you want to tell me the city you live in or something, I'll look up the information on where there's, you know, help available. And if you need help doing that, let me know. I'd be happy to help. But I'm a firm believer that the only people that can help when we're sad inside like that is somebody who is trained and really cares. I mean, guidance professionals are very, very caring people. That's what they love, right? That's their life, and that's what they love. They love helping people. So, you know, I think those are good things to do. I think you should feel okay about doing it. You know, nighttime is everyone's biggest fear. Is outer darkness when you sleep. We woke up at 3 a.m. I can't control myself. Well, you know, that's normal. You know, monsters. We are afraid of monsters for an evolutionary reason. It's because our ancestors had to worry about being snatched by lions and tigers and alligators, and there really were and still are monsters. But they're monsters that can't get us anymore. But our evolution has programmed us to be fearful of those things, especially at night. It's why, you know, it's our natural instinct. We are supposed to be afraid of monsters so that we'll survive being attacked by lions and tigers. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right? So that fear is normal. You're not weird for having that fear, and everybody has that fear. But the good news is it's kind of like old stuff that we don't need anymore, but it still bugs us. We have a lot of these old intuitions that helped us survive. Our ancestors helped them survive, and then now that we're in this world, this reality with modern technology and science and all the things, quizzically, that can make it even harder. You know, the idea that our ancestors had to fight to live pretty much every day. They had to scrounge for their food and find shelter, and you know, that actually kept them busy. That kept their minds occupied. They, you know, there was not very much downtime to think about all these different things. And then once we started, you know, getting more comfortable and having opportunity to think about things, where we weren't trying to survive every single day, that's going to mess us up a little bit. And that's what guidance professionals are for, is to help us get through those kinds of things. Like I've said about praying, I don't think praying doesn't work because you're asking God to change His plan. Pray for understanding. Praying works when you pray for understanding. So maybe focus on that. Ask God, hey, help me understand. Please help me understand. And you may find you'll get some different a different style of inspiration from talking to God that way instead. Ask to understand, rather than for, you know, the bad thoughts to go away. Ask him to understand why are those sorry thoughts are there. Those thoughts that make us sorry and sad. Imagine seeing a creepy pasta person in my closet. I would cry in my nightmare dreams. I'm so horrified right now in real life. Please save my life. I don't want to see monsters to hurt me. The Pixie, do you live by yourself? Are you alone right now, or do you live with somebody?
Check your gear and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment. Enemy dropping into the air.
You're alone. Do you have any neighbors that are your friends, or do you are you able to, you know, call? I mean, you can talk to me as long as I'm on here, you know, but you know, when I go, then it might be, you know, maybe you might need somebody else to. Wait, did that guy? What?
You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Yeah, yeah, it's no fun being scared. It's no fun being scared. Have you, how old are you, Pixie? If you don't mind me asking, are you okay with telling me how old you are?
Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. You'll lead them in.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean when you say that. You're 20? Okay. Okay. It's, you know, if that's happening all the time, and there are ways to help make that stop and go away. There are ways to help make that go away, and but it's not like super easy. It's not something that I can tell you on a live stream. It's something that somebody who cares about those things and wants to, and somebody who is trained to do that. There's people in every town. There's people in every town. Do you live in America? I assume you live in America. Do you live in America, Pixie?
Specialist achieved.
If you do live in America, Pixie, there's definitely places near you that can help with that. There's definitely places near you that can help with that. And if you want me to help you look, I can do that. I can help you look for somebody. You know, I don't know what your financial situation is, but even these types of people even help people who don't have a lot of money. You know, so you don't even have to have a lot of money to be able to get this help. And if you do, then if you do have a lot of money, then you'll be able to pay for, like, you know, a really, really special one. I don't think too many are more special than the other. to be honest with you. I think they're probably all similar and can help the same. But I can promise you, Pixie, that since you live in America, there is going to be somebody near you who can help. And if you want me to help you look for that person, I will. I'll help you. I don't know if you want to do that kind of thing on stream though. Like, I don't think you should tell me your address or anything like that. I don't want you to tell me that. But if you don't mind telling me, like, what's the biggest city? What's the biggest city that you live by? Do you live in a city or do you live in the country? Okay. What is it? Is it one of the big cities? Are you okay with telling me what the name, what city it is? Okay. Then well, what we can do is let's you know what, why don't I back out of here? I'm just gonna put this guy on the floor for a second here. In fact, I'll back out and I'll switch over to the reaction room. And am I scared of nightmares in my night times? I used to be. I used to have the same reoccurring nightmare. I'd have the same nightmare all the time. But once I got, I was probably about 25 years old or so, maybe in my mid-20s when I stopped having that nightmare. And I don't really know why I stopped having that nightmare. I was basically getting chased by, I don't know if you've watched old horror movies or not. I'm far older than you are, but there was an old horror series called Friday the 13th, and Jason Voorhees was the monster. And so Jason Voorhees would chase me through this town, this ghost town in the desert. And eventually I would end up at a cliff, and I'd jump off the cliff. And I fall all the way, you know, I'm falling in my dream. And a lot of people wake up when that happens. But in that dream, I don't wake up, and I actually land into the ground. And it's kind of like the Wile E. Coyote. When he hits the ground, he kind of like goes into the ground a little bit and doesn't die. Well, that's how it happens in my dream. I crash into the ground, and I don't die. And then I look up, and Jason Voorhees is up there, and he's, for whatever reason I know, he's too scared to jump down at me. And that's where the dream ends. It's the same dream. It was always the same dream every time. Chased by Jason Voorhees through a ghost town. I jump off the cliff, and he doesn't follow me, and then it ends. But just because it was the same thing every time, it was many, and maybe that's why I stopped having it, because it wasn't until it started going away that I would realize in the dream that it was the dream. Like, for a lot of years, I would have the dream, and it would seem like the first time, it would seem real. I wouldn't remember I was having it. But then after over time, I just started remembering that I was having the dream, and then it eventually went away. So now that we're over here, we're going to pop back to the ship. We have to portal back to the ship now. And let's go to this room here. Okay, yeah, let me hear him. Let me hear him, Pixie. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, dreams where, yeah, that's like really what a nightmare is, right? Regardless of how we're fearing we're gonna die, you know, our nightmares are always making us scared that we're gonna die, right? That's mostly, you know, whether you're eaten by a monster or whether you die in a coma. Nobody wants, you know, nobody wants to die, and that's like super scary. So that's why most of them are gonna be kind of like that. I suspect there's different kinds too. I think the most common would be something around, you know, being afraid of dying for sure. That's normal, which, you know, so don't feel too bad about that. You know, what you're dreaming about is normal stuff. And I mean normal as in, you know, it happens to you know, everybody. So do while you're in between the different stories there, do you ever have it where you feel like it's, you know, like it's a nightmare when you're awake? Like, do you ever um you know, hear things or see things that, you know, normally would be a dream, but you're actually awake when it's happening? Does that ever happen? So this isn't gonna be okay. So first time back in 2010, my mom used to adopt me when I was a baby. After 4 years later, I was working with my dad's job. It's called the supermarket. When I was like 16 years old, I was scared that I almost died, and the doctor said I died in a coma at 10 p.m. at night. And when I first saw a shadow figure, a demon trying to take me inside. And I can't hear a lot of people talking. I can't hear a lot of people talking to me. So is that for real? Like you were adopted? Yeah, because I was adopted too, Pixel. Is that in your dream or is that real? That you were adopted? Because like I said, I'm adopted too. I was adopted when I was 4 months old. Okay. Okay. Okay, so So it's mostly just the bad dreams, right? None of these things are happening when you're awake, right? So as you say, I can't hear a lot of people talking to me. So this is really mostly nightmares, and these things don't happen when you're awake, right? Okay, well, that's good. That's good. So what I brought up here, if nightmares are a problem, try these strategies. Have a regular, relaxing routine before bedtime, and always go to bed at the same time. So basically establishing, I know in our younger years, you're 20. When I was 20, I thought, it didn't really matter what time I fell asleep, and I, would sleep in or, not get a lot of sleep. But that's hard on our body, especially if we're having a lot of nightmares and feeling uneasy and anxious about things. One way to help bring things into balance is to always fall asleep at the same time and always try and wake up at the same time. And your body will tell you, what type of hours, are best for you. Some people like 6 hours of sleep. Some people like 7 hours of sleep. Some people like 8. For me, it's about 7 hours. If I get 6, I'll be okay. And if I get 8, I'll be okay. But 7 is kind of perfect. And I always try and make sure that, right now during the Christmas holiday with the kids off and with the streaming business going on, I've been getting to bed a little bit later than midnight. But for the most part, throughout most of my life, I always, tried to, at least my adult life, when I realized that this stuff kind of mattered. I really did, and I really still do, and it helps. I focus on going to bed by midnight and waking up by 7. And then everything kind of works out. What about you? Your scariest nightmare stories you ever told? Those are really the only that one. I did have one earlier than that when I was like really, really young. And that was also a reoccurring nightmare. I really only have 2 nightmares, and they were both the same thing all the time. The other one was basically at the house I grew up in. Instead of it being a neighborhood, it was my house, and then like a giant misty, swampy type place, and there were like swamp monsters that were like coming towards the house, and then I would run in the house and then wake up. So yeah. Oh, it was all the I have no complaints. Let's put it that way, Pixel. I didn't grow up with any complaints. Very fortunate. I count my blessings. I am, in fact, I kind of feel like almost anybody who's been born in America within the last, 40 to 50 years, I tend to think we're all pretty lucky. We're all pretty lucky to be here in this time. I think this is probably the most exciting time to be alive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever really been scared of spiders, but I kind of like avoid them because it seems like, getting bit by anything is no fun. I live in Michigan, so I don't have to worry about poisonous spiders or big spiders or anything like that. But yeah, they're definitely creepy. Spiders are definitely creepy. I do try and put them outside, though. I try and put them outside instead of squashing them. So let's see. You're gonna establish a proper routine. You're gonna try and fall asleep at the same time every night, and you're gonna try and wake up at the same time every day. Reassure yourself. Remember to reassure yourself that what you're feeling about scary things, it's normal to feel those things, but it's not real, right? Those things aren't real. And just talking about your dream to me or anybody is going to help a little bit. Another thing you could try is to try and really think about how those nightmares could change. How can you make the spiders into your friends, right? What can you do? What kind of thinking exercises can you do that would change your dreams, or change your nightmares into dreams? Put stress in its place. I'm not sure what they mean by that. That's even first world problems, we have stress, and stress is going to be, mostly unavoidable throughout your life. Everybody is going to encounter stress in different ways, and then provide comfort measures. So, if you have a favorite pillow, make sure you always have your favorite pillow, or maybe you have like a childhood stuffed animal or something that might help. And then sleeping with a nightlight on too, Those are, positive thoughts. Basically, try and maintain positive thoughts, and just keep reminding yourself that they're not real. And, like I said, eventually it'll stop. Eventually they stop. At least they did for me. So, it seems to be that the best thing to do is to get a regular sleep schedule. Also, if you, it looks like cutting out caffeine, alcohol, and cigarettes. So if you like drink coffee, or you drink a lot of soda, that type of thing, try to drink less of that stuff and drink more water. Alcohol and cigarettes, obviously, those aren't healthy. So anytime we can drink less and smoke less, you're not of age to drink, so hopefully you're not drinking alcohol. And maybe even, they even raised the age of cigarettes to 21 in my state. I'm not sure if they did that at other places. But cigarettes, I'll tell you, Pixie. Nicotine's about the worst one to get into. Don't ever try nicotine, because it's really hard to quit. I've tried all kinds of things in my life, and I'm telling you right now, nicotine is by far and away the worst one, and I wish I would have never started. So if you're not doing those things, good for you. Good job. And yeah, stay away from those things. They don't help. They don't help anything. And then, like I was saying before, if it's if it keeps happening, there's going to be programs and people in your city that will talk to you. But as that goes, I'm 23 minutes past my own bedtime, Pixie. So tomorrow morning, I've got to do. We're gonna do Christmas presents with the kids. And back in like 2009, me and Dad went to the park at 3 p.m. And I was scared of creepy crawlies in the middle of the park. I asked Dad, can I play on the swings? He said, yeah. So I played on the swings, and I heard the sounds, and I was terrified, and I ran. Oh, yeah, it was probably it might not have even been a snake. There's a lot of bugs there's a lot of bugs that make hissing noises with their wings. It could have been like a grasshopper or a locust or that kind of thing too. Yeah, it wasn't a snake. Okay. Well, I wish you the best, Pixie. And, okay. Oh, really? Yeah. But yeah, don't forget, like I was mentioning before, don't let that one guy get you too riled up, because he's just playing a game. Pastor Dave is playing a game, and now that you know that, maybe once you hear his words and hear the way his chat interacts with him, you'll probably have a different idea of how you want to address that guy. He's not a real pastor, so that should make you feel good that there's not actually really people out there like him. There are a few. There's a couple really mean pastors, but he's not a real one. He's pretend, and that doesn't make him not mean. I think it is kind of mean to do what he's doing. But there's all kinds of people out there, and all kinds of people are going to do what they're going to do. So I wish you the best. I wish you the best. A good night's rest here, Pixie, and you have yourself a Merry Christmas. I'll see you on the flip side.